Hello, welcome, good evening. It is again time to spill ink on the Comics Wellspring live drawing show. Spilled ink. Wow, I messed that up. Where we spill the ink and spill the tea. And of course, I'm your host, Brandon Bloxdorf. I'm so hyped for tonight. It was a very interesting topic, and we're going to talk all about it because there's a lot of us to talk to. So let's get on with it. We have my amazing, astonishing, wonderful, super rad, and talented, mind-blowing co-host Max Flowers with us. Hello, Max.
Hi.
There's Max. And then we have some returning people, and we have like fresh blood, well, it's weird to say fresh meat because I'm vegan, and so is this new guest. But Eric Allred. Hello, Eric.
Hello.
Eric does the book Outer Space. He writes the book Outer Space. I pressured him into coming tonight to hang out. Just some light peer pressure that we did to have him appear and actually choose today's topic. So we'll dig into that in a minute. But first, hello, Mergo. Hi, so hyped that you're here hanging with us. Because Mergo, I believe you hang out with Jeff DeMars, right? Is that a whole new acquaintance? Hello, Jeff.
We were just hanging the other day.
Oh, that's awesome. That makes me so happy. That's so rad. So that you met up with the Apollo crew. Super excited for that. Jeff, hello. It's been a minute. What was the last thing we drew together? Do you remember?
Oh my god, I don't even know. I
Was it
think we
like
talked about it. I don't know if we ever did actually draw together.
I thought you've been on the show before. Yeah, you have.
Well, my life
Maybe
is not
been
something I can keep track of. So
yeah, vibes. And we're what, 48 episodes, 46 episodes in? We have a big announcement with our 48th episode. So I'm pretty hyped about that. So moving on to our last and final guest, a returning champion multiple times, we have Mr. Tanner T. Ogle.
Yo, yo. Number
Hey, so hyped
three.
that you're here with us. This is your third time, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Nice. That's a good number. We've done a lot of things. We did Swamp Thing together, and then what did we do last?
The Swamp Thing was the first one, and then we did there's a Fantastic Four episode was the last one I was on.
Oh, dude, the
Yeah,
Fantastic
but
Four
that
episode.
was a good one.
That was a really good one. We had Home Slice with us. I'm spacing out names right now because I'm already trying to focus. Tony McMillan. There you go. Tony
Yeah,
McMillan was
Tony
here.
McMillan and I can't remember his name, but the space adventure guy.
Oh, Colin? Was Colin hanging out with us?
Yes.
That was it,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Nice. That was a good
No,
episode.
no Max that time either. So
Nope.
Oh,
happy,
that's right.
happy to be drawn with Max.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Margo was just saying you guys just met Jeff. He's a cool guy. Indeed, Jeff is a cool guy. Super
I'll have
like
to
having him around.
pay you the agreed price for saying that.
I get $2 for, or I get a free sketch every time I hit like 5 or something.
Like a loyalty card.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Trying to organize my stuff right now, but yeah, Animal Man. Eric, you chose tonight's theme. So there, it's funny because I think a lot of comic book fans are fans of Animal Man because of the Grant Morrison run, and I think that's where all of us kind of find that mutual connection, which is why I'm just going to show this off real fast. That I have Animal Man #1 signed by Grant Morrison right there. Oh yeah, just saying. But there's so much more to this character that I don't really even know about because I've only read the Morrison run. I've heard cool stuff about the Jeff Lemire run. I've heard interesting things about the run after Grant too. And he has appeared in some stuff. Never any cartoons, really, though. Sadly, we got
Yeah,
Vixen
that's
instead
true.
of Animal Man.
Yeah, he's got
Like,
the short end of the stick on media appearances, that's for sure.
what drew you to Animal Man and to choose today's prompt?
Actually, my co-writer and co-creator of Outer Space, Ben Collins, had suggested that I read the Grant Morrison run. Just knowing me and knowing my love of like both meta humor and animal rights, I suppose. And so like he's like the coolest superhero there is, just because he's constantly in an existential crisis, and he's also like just not really fighting the same amount of crime, I guess, the same style of crime. He's more like fighting like existential threats or like freeing animals from animal lab or animal testing sites. It's he's a good person to look up to as far as
I love that.
ethics.
That's super cool. What are some of your favorite runs aside from the Lemire and the Morrison one?
I really like the Delano run. There's some first off these covers of the Jamie
Oh,
Delano.
like Jamie Delano?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know Jamie did Animal Man.
Oh yeah, he did like it may have been eight or 10, but he did these really wonderful runs where you get to meet more of
Oh,
his.
I've seen that cover all the time.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh shit.
And so it's he's much more of a cerebral character, and I really enjoyed the sort of like his complicated relationship with just accepting who he is. So
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I love so much about that. This is a character I've been wanting to reread this run for so long because it was one of the first things I read by Grant, alongside The Invisibles, and Final Crisis, which were three interesting books to pick up by Grant right away. But it's so wonderful. Like everything about it blew my mind, and the whole meta aspect too is what caught my attention a whole lot. It's cool that you vibed with the same thing. Does Jeff? Are you a Animal Man fan at all either?
I was saying earlier, I've read a lot, but when I got this prompt, I'm like, I still don't know anything about him. I really enjoyed the Jeff Lemire run though.
that was
Kind
really
of dug more into the red type thing.
Yeah.
That whole concept, and then brought in some swamp thing at some point, and that really was a cool kind of subplot storyline that took root.
Yeah.
I've heard it took root,
All
but
right.
yeah, that's what I've heard. Like, I wasn't like I'm a huge Swamp Thing fan. Like Swamp Thing's my boy. But I wasn't a fan of the Scott Snyder run the first time I read it, to be honest.
I haven't checked that one out yet.
No, yeah,
That was New 52 as well, right?
Yeah, that was all the New 52 stuff. There we go. Let me fix my screen a little bit. It was all dark. But real fast, Murgo says this is fun to draw too. I just finished a mini comic and it was all digital, so now I'm drawing my next comic on proper paper. Nice, Murgo. We should
Hell
hit
yeah.
up,
And
our Blue Line
hell
paper.
yeah
I
for,
gotta send you some.
finishing a mini comic, dude.
Yeah,
Finishing anything, just
yeah.
super awesome.
Yeah, I got to check out a lot of Murgo stuff. Shit. They had I don't know how many you brought with you. It was quite a few finished products, so, and already on shelves here in Minneapolis. So, well done.
I was gonna show Murgo's book off, but I was showing it to my girlfriend because the pink cover, so it's downstairs. I don't have it. My bad. I'll get it next time. But I just got your book in the mail too. It's already in shops though. That's awesome. What a cool community.
Yeah, we got a really cool shop. I don't know how long they've been around, but Oddmart, and they're kind of a collection of a lot of different kind of just creative type materials. But they have a really strong kind of indie comic section that you can pretty much everyone's welcome, and they do a lot of pop-up shows. So
I love that. That's super cool. Okay. Like a weird spot. Sorry. There we go. That's rad. Murgo said it's getting published next month, so I'm really excited. That's an exciting feeling. That's super hype. Yeah, Murgo just worked with a cool indie publisher that's doing like stuff that just fits that style so well. Yeah, pull up a picture of Sebastian. Max, you don't know much about Animal Man, do you?
I don't know anything, dude.
I love
Superhero
that.
knowledge in general is severely lacking.
It's amazing. It's the best.
So, yeah, I know nothing, which is why I'm drawing Animal Man with Beast Boy, and then I'm gonna have a bunch of animals in the back. So
Oh, that's cute.
I considered doing like a bunch of animals, but I didn't want to bite off. I didn't want to bite off a huge project to do in these 2 hours. Seemed daunting, you know.
What are you doing, Tanner? What's yours going to be?
I've got the coyote gospel here. I got Animal Man holding the dying coyote.
Explain that, because I don't know anything about it.
So the Coyote Gospel is a really great issue. It's really the first issue in the Morrison run where he starts to touch with the meta kind of stuff. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but basically it's like a parody of Wile E. Coyote ends up being like sucked out of his cartoon world into the real world, and then but has like this ability where like he can't die, so he's just constantly being like hit by trucks and killed, and his body just like painfully pieces itself back together, and he's stuck in this like existential hell of being killed and restructured until eventually he gets killed by a hunter with a silver bullet right when Animal Man finds him but can't save him. Even then, he has this note around his neck, which is like instructions to get him back to his world. But when Animal Man tries to read it, it's just complete gibberish because it's from a cartoon world and he can't save him.
It's amazing. Taking Grant too.
Yeah, and then at the end, it ends with like this like disembodied hand like coming in with the brush and like I don't know, coloring him in or like erasing him, and it's like a hint at like Grant's like power and control over the series, which he then visit later when he goes and meets Grant in person.
Sick. I'm a Grant Morrison fanboy, so it's so up my alley. I just love hearing it. I love hearing other people being Grant Morrison fanboys too, because it doesn't make me feel so.
Yeah, I love Grant Morrison. I haven't read all of Invisibles, but I've read the first first 2 volumes. I started collecting the individual issues. I've got issue 1 through 6 of the actual single issue run. But yeah, I mean his Batman stuff is great.
Top tier.
Yeah, Animal Man's awesome. I also he's got a great book called Nameless, which is like an image.
Yeah.
I think it's an image book.
I just reread that with
super fucked up and weird.
Chris Burnham. It's his like take on like the Lovecraft space story. Like, oh,
I love Chris Burnham, even though he's kind of just a Frank Quitely like copycat. But speaking of which, also All-Star Superman is incredible.
Top tier. His X-Men run is like the best.
I haven't done the X-Men run yet. I want to.
Oh, love the X-Men run, dude. It's like the only X-Men I read. I don't even want to read another X-Men.
Yeah, I absolutely adore Frank Quitely's work. So
yeah, same. That's like one of my favorite artists.
We 3 is probably one of the first times. Yeah, I was really kind of exposed to like comics outside of like superheroes. It really kind of opened my eyes to. Yeah,
I've never read that. When I was doing a deep dive on Frank Quitely recently, I learned about that. Seems really cool.
Dude, one of my favorite panels in comics in that book where like I think it's bullets or something that are all coming out. It's a 2-page spread, dude.
Where he's like going through the panels that like change like the 3-dimensional plane or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like, there's some wild stuff in there. That book, what?
I said that book sounds devastating.
Like,
it's homeward bound with government.
Yeah, like Cyborg government homeward bound, right?
Yeah,
actually pretty on brand when you talk about Animal Man and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, you love it, Eric. I'm surprised you haven't read it.
I haven't read it. I have it. I've been holding off because I don't want to fucking cry.
Oh, like, it's sad. It's sad, but like it's good. You know what I mean? Like it's not like heartbreaking. Like I trust me. At least from what I remember, it's been a few years since I've read it though, so maybe I'm wrong. But I remember having a happy ending, so I think that's why I like it too. I couldn't read that shit if it didn't. Grant is a cat guy too. He's a really big cat lover in person, so animal lover. That's why Damien is a vegetarian.
Like Batman's son?
Yeah.
He kills people, but he won't eat meat. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I love it. Probably do something that's along the same lines myself. Um, uh, I'm actually. It's funny that we say all that because my piece today, I'm kind of like homaging an Animal Man cover in a sense. In the terms of meta, like he's pulling a page, and I have like my cats like all over it, like all over the page and whatnot. And then I'm gonna have an animal busting out because I have it called the Animal, comma Man.
Oh, nice.
You're
The
trying to
Animal
do,
Man.
like,
Yeah, that
That's
one. Yeah, that was the one I was like, I got inspo from, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna kind of like do my own twist on this.
that was right
But
before.
Virgo said, oh, wait, was that Eric?
No, I was gonna say there's another really great cover where it blends the real life Grant Morrison with his foot on Animal Man.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Other meta cover
Good
there.
run, man. But where's my cat picture I was just using? There it is. But Virgo was just saying Grant Morrison was a big influence on Gray. She got me into Doom Patrol, so that's a very special series to me. Oh, I love his Doom Patrol
Yeah,
run so
Doom
much.
Patrol.
Oh, I just read the first one. I gotta get the next couple, but yeah, is the first volume
nice.
of Doom Patrol I just read.
Dude, it just gets better. Like,
Yeah, super good, super good. I have a really big affinity for Robot Man.
oh
There's something about that like man trapped in like a senseless body, like he has no feeling or sensation, and like that kind of man trapped inside the monster thing is so compelling.
are we gonna riff off an origin story for the robot and Anxiety Boy?
Dude, maybe, dude.
Or
Because it's like the same thing as like it's kind of similar to the thing too, like that kind of trapped inside the monster thing. I love that kind of story.
Yeah.
speaking of the thing, do you guys see the trailer?
Yeah, dude, looks pretty
Wait, they're
rad.
remaking the thing?
No, the
Oh
Fantastic
no,
Four.
Oh,
Four.
sorry.
Different thing.
They better
I
not.
didn't think they'd ever touch that one.
They better not. Movie's a
They're gonna
masterpiece.
remake that. They're gonna remake that.
Yeah, they'll do it. They'll do it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too
They're
good for
morally
them.
bankrupt. There's
Yeah.
nothing too low.
If
No, I
people
think-
like it, they'll remake it.
Yeah.
I've been cautiously optimistic about that Fantastic Four movie, and that new trailer kind of brings it home. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fucking rad. I'm pretty confident. I've always thought that, like, I mean, in general, I feel this way about superheroes, but I've always thought, especially with the Fantastic Four, like putting it in like a 60s setting, like makes so much sense and like sells it so much better, because that's like where it began and where its origins are. So it really drives it all home. I feel like it's the same thing that like Gunn is doing with Superman, because like he's like bringing it back to the 70s Superman movie with like a 70s aesthetic. I think it's going to serve the story super well to have those characters. They're gonna read as characters better in that setting than they would if you try to shove them into 2025 or whatever.
Oh, I had no idea about that. About the Superman movie.
Well, it's not like in the 70s, but if you look at the sets and like the costumes, it's all like a very like 70s
Oh, I see
aesthetic.
what you mean. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. That's dope. That's very true too. You gotta find what works for it, like stylistically, and that's what you gotta hit home with.
I've always thought that Batman, I mean, like, think about like Batman the Animated Series. It's in this like retro futurism kind of world. It's like the 40s and the 50s. Like, and that serves Batman super well. And I've always thought that they should do a Batman movie in that same vein. It's just like
so good.
something about the nature of those characters just makes more sense and like sells better in those environments than elsewhere.
Yeah, and rewatching Batman the Animated Series right now, it's dude, that every episode I'm like, this is one of the best episodes in the series, or this is one of my favorite
Oh
episodes in the
yeah.
series. Like it's
Hmm.
you can't. There's not a bad episode like ever. It's so good. It's insane how like well written and like even like morally like there's so many lessons and shit that I didn't realize were in that show.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like, and that's what it's like. It perfectly walks the line of being like, I mean, it's a Saturday morning cartoon for kids, so it has those like fable, like lesson types of things in the stories, but it's also like just really intelligent, like well done writing. It's an absolutely perfect show in general, let alone Batman show.
Yeah, yeah, very true, very true. Um, I out of I guess we'll talk about Batman cartoons for a second because I love that. But it surprises me that like Animal Man still didn't even pop up in like Brave and the Bold. We got uh what's his name? I just spaced out his name. It's kind of goofy and ridiculous too. Buana Beast. We got Buana Beast
Oh
Oh,
wow.
instead
that's
of.
weird.
You guys ever watch Brave and the Bold?
No, I never did. It was like I
Oh,
was
shit,
like
there's
it came
so
out.
much.
It came out when I was
Dude,
like a jaded teenager, and my little brother was watching it on
same,
Cartoon Network, and I was like, this isn't my Batman shows. Like, this is trash. Like this isn't
dude, same.
Batman the series.
I was like the same way, and then I gave it a shot one time because I was bored. I swear to God, dude, it is on par with Batman the Animated Series. It is
Yeah.
wonderful. It's right below. You can't say on par. It's one of those things. Like every episode gets better and better and better, and it's this Silver Age Batman where it's hilarious, but still the same Batman that you know and love, and it's top tier. Like I highly recommend you watch that because like I wasn't a fan of what was it, Beware the Batman, that CGI looking one
Yeah,
that they
that
put
one was
out.
weird.
I try to give it a shot like every like few years, and I get like 4 episodes in, and I just like can't finish it like
I actually
ever.
am a big fan of the Batman, the the Jackie Chan Adventures guy one. I actually really like
Yeah,
that.
really, I
Uh,
can't. I haven't. I've tried so hard to get into it. I need to give it a shot more, I think, but like it's I
yeah,
don't
you
like
couldn't do
that
it.
animation. I can't do it. I hate the designs. I hate that Joker so much. Like,
Oh yeah, the Joker's not great, but like
but I
I
wanted.
think
I know
yeah,
there's like Martian Manhunter and like cool characters in there. Like,
yeah, it does. It kind of in the last couple seasons, it starts to get into like a Justice League kind of thing. Which is, I wonder if they were trying to set it up as a Justice League, but then it ended up like just falling flat or something. But yeah, I think it's really good. I think ultimately, like, yeah, they take a lot of liberties for sure with designs and stuff, but I think ultimately it serves the characters well, and like the acting and like it's a certain aesthetic, but if you get past if you don't like the aesthetic, I guess you won't be able to enjoy it. But if you can get behind the aesthetic, it's got a really great production team. Like the sets and the backgrounds and the designs are really great, and it's good stories as well, good acting. I didn't like it for years too, and I finally kind of gave it another shot and ended up really enjoying it.
so I'll watch it if you watch Brave and the Bold.
Dude,
You
deal,
gotta watch Brave and
deal.
the Bold too. So what we're doing right now, we're watching Batman the Animated Series, and then we're going all the way up to right before the designs change, because then we're gonna jump into Superman the Animated Series, and that.
Dude, I'm doing the same exact thing right now. Actually, I'm right now. I'm in Superman, and then like I'm approaching the world's finest episode. But
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Oh, so
dude,
you're ahead of us.
yeah. I'm like always watching those shows pretty much. But so the Superman animated series is just as good, absolutely just as good.
Oh, I haven't
And there's like
watched
a
like I don't think I've seen all of it, unless if I have, I
dude.
haven't watched it all like at once. You know what I mean? I've never seen it as a whole story.
Mhm. Yeah, it's so good. And what's really cool about that show, which I don't think I realized when I was younger, is that there's like a huge Jack Kirby aesthetic in the show.
Oh,
Like
yeah, there is, huh?
all of the designs of the sci-fi stuff of the characters are like so Kirby tech. And then also, I mean, there's a character in there. I forgot the hell what his name is, but one of the policemen looks like Jack Kirby. Like he's literally like
Oh yeah,
designed for Jack.
Jack Turpin. Jack Turpin is.
Turpin, yeah. And then like
Yeah.
when he, well, actually, never mind. I was about to spoil something. Never mind.
No, what was it? I mean, I probably
Well, I'd say-
know it.
when he dies, there's like the king thing on his gravestone.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like
That's
it's like
really
very like I think and if I remember correctly, I might have to wait. When did Jack Kirby die? Was it the 90s, right?
94, I think.
Yeah, I could be wrong. Then I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that they killed him when Jack Kirby died, but I could be wrong about that.
I think that
I don't know
show
if
came,
that-
well, unless Kirby died in 96. But
Oh yeah, I could be wrong. I thought that was the case,
yeah.
but
because that show went on to like 98 or something, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe they're just leading up to it, or they just found a good way to like this is what we do. You know what I mean? Like good homage.
And it's
That's
really
a good
incredible
question.
it's incredible how long that whole Timverse went on too, because like the animated
Well,
series
Justice League-
started in '92, and then Justice League ended in like 2003. So it was like just like 11 years. Like, and it was on and off. It wasn't all at once, but it's still a really sizable presence on television for a long time.
Yeah, for reals though.
Because Superman
Oh.
and Batman were entirely done by the time they started Justice League. Justice League came a couple of years after they were both canceled.
And it sucks. The only reason why Batman Beyond went away was because they just like couldn't find time to work on it. Like it wasn't canceled. They just like couldn't.
Oh, I didn't know
They
that.
just didn't have time. Yeah, they just like Bruce Timm said, like he's like we just like couldn't. We just never got back to it. And I was like, that's shitty.
The Return of the
Yes,
Joker
really
movie
good.
was so good.
Oh,
That
so
yeah,
good.
I mean, there's not there is not a single piece of anything that from the Timverse that's not incredible. All the movies, all the shows. There's like I'd be hard pressed to find a bad episode.
The Killing Joke was
Oh,
trash.
That doesn't count. That's not a Timverse. That doesn't count.
I mean, it is. That's a Bruce Timm production.
It's a Bruce Timm production, but it's not part of the Timverse. It's not the.
That's true. Okay, it's not the.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a different.
And to be it's outside. It's just an adaptation. And to be fair,
Oh, okay.
most of the movie is good. The whatever the fuck they added on the beginning is awful.
The
The,
Brian Azzarello shit is what's bad.
Yeah,
That's why I don't like Brian Azzarello. Was straight up because of that movie.
the adaptation of the comic stuff is like incredibly accurate and really well done. But yeah, the weird Barbara and Bruce romance for no reason at the beginning is crap.
It's your best friend's daughter, dude.
Dude, it just doesn't make any, and it's just literally never happened in the comic. You know, it's just like, it's crazy. I don't know why the fuck they would do that. Like, and you don't need you don't need to set up like and more of an emotional core to make it devastating for her. Like, I think that was the point. Was like, oh, to make like her, but it's like you don't need to. Like, everybody fucking knows who Batgirl is. Everybody knows these characters. Like, you don't need to do that. Like,
The reason why
it was
was
just so useless.
It's I actually because I only know this shit because I was at Comic-Con that year, so I got like a bunch of tea, and so I saw Bruce Timm the day after it premiered. He was not in a good mood, dude. He was fucking pissed. Like, he was not happy. I think I just feel like that was correlated, but yeah, they added that whole thing in one because the Killing Joke is such a small story in a sense that like. It would have been like a 30-minute movie or something, really tiny. And they wanted to be like, well, what would drive Batman to react this way and kill the Joker at the end of it? Like, what would cause him like to be so? And like, it's in the fucking book, you know what I mean? Like, but they were just like, no, but if he was in love with Barbara.
Yeah, it's like how about the fact that he's just been the Joker for however many years? Like, you don't need anything else. Like
you
like, he's been the
highlighted
Joker
their
and
career
he
together.
Yeah. You could have done like a retrospective on like all the shit they've gone through with the Joker or something. There's like so many other ways. Or even just like focused on like Barbara, you know, like on just training Barbara and him like nurturing his like
Yeah, exactly.
fatherly relationship with Barbara, not trying to be a fucking goddamn creep.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, vibes.
it's like he's like 30 years older than her.
It checks the billionaire
Crazy.
box. I'm being honest with you. So
That's fair. That's a fair point. That is a fair point. I gotta redo this hair. Fuck this hair up. How much time we got?
Oh, dude, an hour and a half.
20.
I have zero thoughts. I'm gonna finish in the time, so don't worry about it.
This is the first time I've tried to use this acrylic paint for whiteout, and I'm realizing it's kind of yellowish, and that's annoying as fuck.
Yeah, this is actually like a really cool next couple of weeks. So come the first week of May, there's so many cool things happening. One, Free Comic Book Day is that Saturday, which is super rad. So go support your local comic book shop. And if you're tabling, rad. In fact, if you're tabling, let me know. Shoot me a message, and CWS will send some really cool flyers to your shop. Because we're trying to help creators. We're trying to put blue line paper in shops right now, because why not get your, blue line paper where you get your comics? That only seems to make some sense. So we're working with a lot of great retailers right now to do that, and I would love to add your shop to the list for but Free Comic Book Day is the first week of May. It's also the 1-year anniversary of Spilled Ink. Max and I have been drawing for a year now. I've been drawing for a year now, and I need to stop saying I'm not an artist, I guess, because
Yes.
Eric gives me
Amen.
shit all the time. And so does the rest of my team. So maybe that'll be my resolution coming our 1-year anniversary. But that week too, we're launching our very first Kickstarter panels. The Comic Creators Guidebook. And it's a really cool, awesome book where honestly it's meant for a younger audience. It's meant for kind of a YA type of thing, to help them break into comics and start making their own book and art and encourage a next generation. But also, honestly, it's such a rad book that all of us should be doing it ourselves, because it's really cool practice, and because it's a step-by-step guide that teaches you, not like the Marvel Comics way where it's like cylinder, add these 3 lines, and then the next panel is like Daredevil, and you're like, I missed something. There's something in between the cylinder and Daredevil that just did not connect. We hold your hand and take you through every step, what to consider, what to think of, and then you'll have a finished comic in your hands that you drew and put together, which is insane. And if you do it on blue line paper, then hey, scan them in and go get your book printed because you did it. Or just scan what you have on your printer and just print it like crazy at home or wherever you do some printing, and you have your comic to distribute. So it's a really cool project we've been working on. We're kickstarting it. It'll be launching May 1st, and we're changing up the format of the show that week. Not only are we going to go through panels and start utilizing some of its tips and lessons, but we're going to kind of pull back on drawing figures every week. Max and I had like a really great talk, and it was one of those things where we're like, you know what? We talk about comics and making comics, but it's been a good year of practice of teaching me how to draw some stuff. And now let's start making some comics on year 2. So Spilled Ink year 2, we're just going to be working on comic book pages every week, and you guys will come hang out. We'll either do a prompt and do something fun and quick, or we'll all work on a book that we're working on, something. But this show's going to be all about making comics. And so ask your questions, you know what I mean? That's super hype. Now it's a resource where we can make comics live on air and help anyone else who has questions about making their comics.
Funny, I was gonna say, when are you gonna start working on your own comic, Brandon? But
There's your answer.
there you go. Yeah.
There you go. It's I know. I feel like it's time. It's one of those things where like now I'm comfortable on the show. Like I could come on and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm freaking out, but then I could like do it. Like I know I could do it.
I'm a little freaked out every time I come on the show.
Same, yeah.
I give myself I'm like, yeah, I'll like take like 20 minutes before to start penciling out, and then like I like run into a problem with the pencils, and I'm like, oh god, I gotta go live with this in like 20 minutes. Like, what's gonna happen?
Dude, yeah, that's literally. I was just texting Eric about that, because I was like, dude, I've been sitting here for 30 minutes trying to do these pencils, and I haven't started.
Yeah, this like I ran into a huge problem with this like face and mask, and I was just like, oh no, like I'm gonna start over. Like this is gonna be a disaster.
Vibes, dude, total vibes. And so it's one of those things, we all kind of encourage each other, and I need to breaking some barriers now. Pretty hyped. But yeah, so hope you guys are excited for that. And the whole thing is that we all make comics, and I feel like sometimes some guests can't come on because they're like, oh, I gotta work on my book. And I'm like, valid. So let's just work on your book.
Do you have any story ideas already lined up?
No.
Okay.
I have like an idea, like a character idea. I had this like little space cat debt that I was gonna make a few years ago when I was like, I want to start making a comic, and then I drew the character and I was like, I don't know what to do from here, and I never did anything else. And but then I had another idea that I don't remember. We'll figure it out. It'll be fun. Probably gonna draw something about my dog first.
I was
That'd
thinking
be
about
good.
starting you off
TV.
with like just a 4-panel like funny strip, or like,
Oh, yeah.
that style.
Yeah,
Just
that
so
sounds
it's
dope.
not, the format's kind of laid out. You don't have to do anything crazy innovative. It
I
shouldn't
think
be
where I
too
freak
overwhelming.
out is like,
What?
okay, where I like get nervous. I'm just like, oh, I gotta make panels. Like, how do I even
Yeah.
start doing that part? You know what I mean? Like, so it'll be fun. It'll be a couple of weeks of lessons while we promote the Kickstarter and all that type of stuff. So it'll be a good time. But you could also find a link to our Kickstarter where you hit that pre-launch button in the product description. And that was a random text. Someone just asking if they could bum $100 off me. I was like, what? No. Wrong person. That was funny. I forgot I was gonna say that threw me off so much. So I chuckled to myself a lot.
I have no idea what I'm doing. So.
Oh, Eric's killing it. He thinks he's doing bad, and it's one of the.
Oh, what are you talking? Yeah,
stories.
Eric, that's fucking sick. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I don't.
isn't it
I just
super
don't.
dope?
This is outside of my comfort zone. I write funny,
Fuck outta
funny
here.
jokes, words, silly stuff.
Yeah,
This is
You have to reconsider it. That's it.
That's
Eric
dope,
on
man.
the main
Yeah.
screen right now. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do with shading and ink. Like I feel like I'm just tracing pencils right now. So
That's how you start, And then you just
Fancy
start pumping
tracing.
ink on it.
Hey, it's the colorist's job to do that. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you're done.
It's like what is it, Chasing Amy, where they keep making it's like you fucking tracer.
Yeah.
Wankers.
That's so much.
As somebody who only inked for a long time, that scene only happened once. Okay,
really.
everybody only talks about it.
Nah, if you don't understand how important inking is, you don't understand stuff.
Yeah, straight up.
Especially when you're on that like monthly production line kind of. You seeing the difference between and then even just seeing how certain inkers, how different they make certain pencilers look really incredible.
No, for reals though. Honestly, I love that scene so much. It's so funny, dude. It's
that movie's great. It doesn't. Some parts of it don't age very well.
Oh, my bad, Eric. I meant to take you off the spotlight. It was just supposed to be temporary.
This is the Eric Allred show now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
some
an
of it
extra
does not not age well at all. For
Yeah, no, some of it does not age. I mean, a lot of Kevin Smith movies don't age. There's parts of them that don't age super well, but yeah.
Like what? I can't think of anything off the top of my
Well,
head. but I'm a huge fan.
the whole subplot of the whole plot of Chasing Amy is basically like
make somebody change their sexual orientation.
yeah, it's Ben Affleck making Joey Lawrence like stop being a lesbian and be with him now. You know, like
yeah,
it's like gay people are only gay until the right person of the opposite sex comes around. Like a little pretty sus.
Well, also like Mallrats in general like doesn't apply to anything anymore. You know what I mean? Like none of that mall culture exists, or like none of that like lifestyle is there.
Yeah, I mean, all of his stuff was very, very deeply rooted in like the '90s. You know that, so like it doesn't. It's kind of like a lot of it's kind of like a real time capsule to that era.
And also super specific to like New Jersey. No,
yeah, that too. Yeah, for sure.
Shout out Jersey Girl.
I've only seen that movie once, actually.
I haven't seen that one. That's like supposedly really bad, right?
I feel like it probably needs to be revisited post. It's called Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's.
Oh yeah,
relationship, right? I feel like maybe it has some like stuff in there. That's good. I don't think I've ever seen Jersey Girl.
You want to know a really fun fact about Kevin Smith that blew my mind? He wrote the original script for Coyote Ugly.
What?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
I did not know it at all either. But it got like some rewrites and stuff, But the original screenplay was written by Kevin Smith, and I realized it because like I was watching it with my girlfriend a couple years ago, and like there's a scene where like her love interest like has like there's this whole scene where he talks about like the first appearance of the Punisher. He's got this like comic, or wants this comic or whatever. And like I was just talking to her, I was like, oh yeah, it's like Kevin Smith like really brought like comics into the mainstream and film and stuff in that era. So like we're probably seeing this scene because of the influence he had. And I looked it up and I was like, oh wait, we're seeing this scene because Kevin Smith fucking wrote this movie.
That's amazing. That's insane. I had no idea, dude.
I know. Yeah, it's just such a weird movie to have been written by Kevin Smith.
See Red State?
Oh, Red State? I haven't seen it in a lot of years, but that movie's fucking crazy. Yeah.
This is insane, dude. I was blown away. It was one of those movies where I was like going through my Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith was a huge inspiration on me. Like I wanted to start podcasting because of the early Fat Man on Batman episodes, like when it started.
The early Fat Man on Batman was like it's so important to me getting started as a comic creator. Like,
dude, same. That's how I discovered Grant.
Yep, same. That Grant Morrison episode, or like the 4-hour episode, makes me weep. Every time I hear it, makes me absolutely weep. They're it's nothing weird. They're just best friends. He's just his best friend.
I love that so
much. That makes me absolutely weep every time.
But also like I got to meet him a lot, and that was always amazing. When I was interviewing people in 2017. I forgot what, it was just because of Comic Book Man, I got to do the table interviews there. And when you do those table interviews, you're like in a table with like 6 other people who are going to ask one person questions. And like, I knew how Kevin Smith worked. So I was just asking him questions like back to back, like, and just, he's really long-winded if people don't know.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Super and he only got to answer my questions because I asked him like 2 or 3 questions back to back, and like I was like, "Fuck y'all!" Like I don't even care. I just want to ask Kevin stuff.
That's funny.
They were great questions. Everyone could have taken those answers. You know what I mean? But like, I was just hyped that happened.
Yeah, he likes to talk for sure. Not in a bad way. Just
no, yeah.
Factual.
He's the podcaster, you know what I mean? Like it's and I got to see Fat Man on Batman live when you're at San Diego Comic Con. That was a dream come true too.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that because I mean I'm not too far from New Jersey, so I'd like to go down sometimes for some of his
Oh,
modcast
I would
events.
too. Dude, I
Dude,
would love to.
let's set it up. Let's meet up because it's
Yeah.
like halfway between us, I think.
Let's
more
try
or
to
less.
just set a table there sometime and fucking see what's up. I bet we could do it.
Maybe we could set up. I haven't been to the new location. Maybe we could set up an event at the stash or something, dude.
Yeah, I bet.
Well,
They would
Apollo
totally get
City
down.
secret stash event.
Yeah. Man, I would
Do it.
cry, dude. That would be dreams.
Yeah, because like not only because like I went to the stash and like I met Mike Zapsik and Walt Flanagan, but to like be there like on an event, like chilling with them and shit, like that'd be so cool.
Be so sick. Yeah, yeah, total. Yeah, one time when I was at San Diego, they were at a table right across from me, and so it was cool seeing them and talking to them all weekend. Super nice dudes.
For the stash or for Cryptozoic, whatever man, Cryptozoic man.
I think it was Cryptozoic Man that they were tabling for.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I only met, and it was funny. It was like exactly like the show. Like Mike Zapsik was like super, like sweet and like thanks for coming guys and this and that. Walt Flanagan just like seemed like he didn't want to fucking talk.
That makes sense.
I was like, oh man, like I'm a huge fan, like of the show and this and that. Like so cool to be here. And Walt's like, yeah, we're gonna get like it's good. That'll be like 38:45, whatever, you know. Like, and like Mike makes a point to be like, thank you guys, like thanks for coming.
And I made Animal from the Muppets look super evil with like a angled eye that just did not fit. Yeah, it's funny. It's crazy how that show was like just such a big deal for a bit too. Like that, like.
I know. I wish it was longer. It was only 4 seasons. I love that show.
Did you guys read their Batman run, Waltz and Kevin Smith?
I have them both. I've only read The Widening Gyre. I haven't read Cacophony yet.
I think the same for me. The Widening Gyre is the one where he gets high and pees himself in year 1, right?
I think so. It's the one. Yeah, it's the Silver St. Cloud one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I don't know why Walt didn't keep working in comics. He's really good.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I mean, maybe he's just like a hard to work with or something.
That could be it too. I know Kevin took forever on the scripts, and that was even an issue with his Daredevil run.
Oh, I've never read that either. I have his. Sorry.
Oh no, it's good. It's just wordy, but that's it.
I have the first few issues of his Green Arrow run. I haven't checked it out yet.
Oh, I haven't read that yet either.
I love Phil Hester. So
That sounds dope.
I met him at Terrificon. He was very cool.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he gave me a review, gave me a lot of great advice, and took a lot of time to chat with me. He was a really great guy. I also met Ming last year. Ming came up to my table and said hi. I yelled at him. I was like, Ming Chen, and then he came over to my table, and I gave him some copies of Murph. Yeah, he came over and chatted with me, took a picture with me. You know, because I screamed at just about every celebrity that walked by my table, and he was the only one that actually engaged me.
That's amazing.
Every celebrity and major comic creator that walked by my table.
And you landed Ming Chen.
Yeah, you know, not bad.
Not bad. I love that so much. I'm like drawing Animal from the Muppets, and I've never drawn a Muppet.
Yeah, it's a particular style, I feel like.
Yeah, and his hair is like so like wild too, you know what I mean? You're just like, I'm not great with hair yet, so I'm like figuring this out.
Dude, it's all about that brush. So I love doing characters like this, like the coyote, like all the outlines. You can just do these, like use a brush to get this like texturing on just the outline and stuff. I love that.
Nice. That's looking great, Tanner.
Thank you.
That is sick.
Yeah, fix the hair.
I'm probably not going to pencil or ink until my last like 30 minutes, unfortunately. Just pick up Jeff's. Dude, Jeff, that's dope. I love the
Oh
octopus
hell yeah!
arm.
Yeah, like I
Oh,
said, I
that's
don't think I
great.
understand this character at all, but I was like, he's gonna
It's
have
kind of like
monster limbs.
it's kind of like Animal Man meets Element Man or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's sick.
Sorry, all the true purists out there are gonna be mad, but
Or Animal Vegetable Mineral Man.
Well, like the Lemire run actually delves more into like some of that like more body horror-y stuff.
mm-hmm.
But there is a run by Jerry Prosser where he basically becomes like a weird half animal, half man.
I'll take it. That's all I need. We just need one
yeah.
example.
I've come with visual aids.
Let me switch over to Eric real fast. Where'd Eric go? There we go. Oops.
Hold
hit my
up with
camera.
me. Might take me a minute to find this shit. Or it might be
Eric
actually
finds me. Show
might
Max
be
off for a minute.
in-
Damn, Max. That's cool. That's cool, Max.
Oh
What a
hell
good
yeah!
blend.
That's very
Oh, I
cool.
love it. They're just vibing, dog. Just straight up vibing. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna throw in some more animals or whether like I want to put something down here. I don't know yet. We'll find out. I'm real mad because if this was digital, I would just drag them down a little bit. And
That is the one thing, because I'm pretty staunchly, like traditional. That's the one thing that like really draws me sometimes to digital, is like I'll be working on a piece and like the figure is perfect, but it just needs to be like dragged down a little bit.
yeah,
It's like, oh, I fucking wish I could just do it IRL,
yeah.
So-
Well, if I was I should be working on a bigger piece of paper too. Is the other thing, and give myself more room on the edges, but whatever.
So you
There's
guys
your
want
wild half animal. So this is Animal Man right here. This is Buddy fucking Baker.
Oh Jesus!
So it's actually the Delano run. He like sort of gives into everything, and his family alienates him because he becomes like this freaking crazy beast. Let me see if there's like a good.
What years is it?
So this is right after the Veach stuff. So this is still in the original like post Morrison run.
Oh yeah, pre-crisis.
Yeah, like 1994 to 95, or 93 to 95 actually. Yeah, the Delano run is really good. It could like really went more into like like him hanging out eating dinner with his family as a
Oh my
weird
god,
beast
that's
thing.
wild.
That was actually that was something that I really liked about the Morrison run, was how it treated his personal life, like really went at it from like a very intimate, like real life kind of perspective, which a lot of superhero comics don't do.
Insane, dude. That's dope. I gotta check that out. Amongst many of the comics sitting next to me that I need to fucking check out. Then I look to my bookshelf that's all in red. Hey, on the fly comics, dude. Congrats on your Kickstarter, my guy. Super hyped for that. I should have backed that. I feel really bad now. I like just thought of it. I was like, I really want that book, and I was like, I don't think I backed it. Maybe I gotta hit you up and get a copy from you. Shoot me a message. I'll show you guys what I'm doing real fast too. I started with the bottom, and so I got
Now
my
you're here?
cat Sebastian. Yeah, Sebastian.
Well done.
Like,
And then
thank
I
you.
got the page turning. And I'm gonna work on the trade part right now, but I got animal up there.
That's sick.
It's I have to ink it. I gotta think of a font though. Like here. Animal Man was part of like that recent Jeff Lemire Swamp Thing story. That was like the final like story for all that, right? Didn't it wrap up everything that he was trying to do with Animal Man?
Yeah, they I mean, he kind of brought in, he like made Maxine more of a character, which is like super rad, which is his daughter. And they wrapped him up in the sense that it was like a fresh relaunch, because it was, I think that was the new 52, the Lemire stuff.
Yeah.
And I would love for them to go back, or to do like a Animal Woman, which would follow like his daughter, who also has like the same, arguably more powerful, because she's the actual totem of the red.
Oh, did she took over it in the Lemire run?
Yeah, well, like he was
Cool.
like sort of like just a placeholder is what it came out to. Like Buddy Baker, that's what they were like. We're waiting for somebody more powerful because your daughter is more powerful.
That's cool.
And then Daniel Warren Johnson, when he did that, or no, it was Jeff Lemire when he did Green Hell, the Swamp Thing Green Hell. He brought Maxine Baker back as Animal Woman for like the final battle, which was like, couldn't have been more fucking psyched out.
I had that, but I never read it.
Because it
It's
was
really
delayed like fucking like 8 months or something. The book like disappeared for a while, like, and it came back.
Yeah, I think that's why I never read it, because like I was waiting for like an issue. It took like wicked long time for like the last couple issues to come out. What's doing that right now too is the Gargoyle of Gotham by Raphael Grandpa.
Oh, yeah.
Check that out.
Dude. I
Yeah,
wanted to check it out, but it's taking too long to come out.
It's
Like,
super. It's so good, but yeah, it was just like such a bummer. It just absolutely. I mean, I look at his art, I get it.
Absolute Batman seems to have just taken its thunder too.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And
I never
that
even read
series
that.
It's mid.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, it's like Batman chopping people's arms off with an axe. It's kind of dumb as fuck to me.
I mean, it's it's nothing.
Well, did anybody see the new Crow movie?
No, very intentionally so.
I haven't either, because like the Crow being a Matrix hero is ridiculous. You know,
A Matrix
like,
hero? What do you mean?
well, like the way that they shot all the action choreography, from what I've seen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like just him being ridiculous with like a shotgun and like fucking machine guns and shit. Which
Yeah,
That was never the
that's
case.
crazy.
which is not what the Crow is about.
No,
You know?
not at all.
Same thing with
They also did like the Zack Snyder Joker treatment and just like gave him a bunch of tattoos and shit for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate that. Hated all that. I hate you didn't need to do any of that to the Crow. Like, you could have just made the Crow. It would have been amazing. Like,
I just put my hand in a big thing of ink, so I gotta go wash it. I'll be right back.
Good ink, man.
yep. It happens every episode to someone. Alex actually said he walked out of that movie. He's like, dude, it was just so bad of a movie. He's like, he's like, I haven't read The Crow. I'm a fan of the classic film, of course, but like, I'm not like he's not as emotionally attached to it as we are. And he's like, but just like as a film, it was unbearable. Like, and I walked out. And I was like, damn, that makes me feel better, because I love The Crow, so I would have hated it.
Yeah.
The Crow was one of the first comics that really like made me be like, my God, like this is a great, astonishing medium. Like, so good, and it's so tragic. Like the whole story behind it. Like, how do you even disrespect that?
Yeah, the book's incredible. The original movie is great. The original movie is also something that's like very much like a time capsule of the 90s too. It's like
Yeah,
incredibly 90s. Oh my God, I gotta let I spotted my big blacks too soon, and now I just gotta watch this dry until I can get back in there and do more.
I want to start inking. I'm just not at that point yet. I was a little ambitious with this cover though, so
It's turned out great.
thank you. Yeah, it's one of those things with the show. We want to change it up because like I'm getting more comfortable and to just add to my anxiety and stress. We were like, what if we just started making comics every like Brandon's not doing enough right now. Like it's also it's one of those things too where like I haven't been writing for a while and I really need to get back in the habit of writing. And I think this will just at least jumpstart some ideas and like you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Hopefully at least. I need to find a love for it. A love and time for it. Or I'm just gonna start drawing a lot more, which is
Yeah, just abandon being a writer, be an artist. Come over to the dark side.
I already know how to write, so I just gotta like that's done. You know what I mean? Like most like artists are like, well, I gotta like, you know, figure out story structure and like write, and then now I can just fucking write. I would love to get like to I mean not like I would get to this level or anything, you know what I mean? It would take a lot of time. But like in the sense of like the Frank Miller, Sean Murphy, where like, oh, I could just like pump something out and work on a project on my own while doing other stuff too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. Because there's some stories I just can't draw. Like Teenage Babylon and Figure Death. Like I have two really good artists for those stories, so I'm not doing that. Between Tanner and Christian, I am set.
Dude, I love drawing the Teenage Babylon stuff. I hope I get to do more soon.
Oh yeah, no, we Chris, I meant to tell you that we wanted you to do the variant for issue 1.
Hell yeah.
That was already confirmed by Christian.
Okay.
Gotta get those flats to send you so you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just waiting on those files. I think so. Okay, so explain this to me, artist. What's the process for when you do flats?
So it's what it really is. It's just like it's sectioning off the areas of color in an image. So like you like I would separate like the jacket from the costume, from the hair, from the goggles, from the eyes, from the irises. So it's just like that part, getting that mapping done, so that you can go in later and drop in the real colors and all that stuff. It's the worst part of the coloring process.
It's literally just a technical process so that you can see things and render it.
It's like the least exciting. It's the least exciting part of coloring that takes like 80% of the time.
And I just decided not to do it anymore.
Yeah,
like,
what do you just go? You start rendering?
Yeah, I just go in. Yeah, I just would rather treat it like I'm painting. You know, if I'm gonna add color to it, I might as well just paint it.
Well, when I'm flatting myself, I drop the real colors in as I'm going. But I don't start rendering until I have all the flats down.
And then the other thing too is that like I feel like flatting is such a product of like digital art being a new thing to comics.
Yeah, I can see that.
So like if you look at like industry standard look, you know, like a house style, because now like any kind of comic you pick up at the store is going to be flatted and airbrush colored the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you're going for that look, then like it's great, but otherwise like just paint it or like just have fun with it. You know, I think it really depends on what style you're going for.
Yeah, I do that like kind of cell shaded look, so it works really well for my process. Yeah. I've started experimenting with other types of coloring, but I always go back to the cell shaded stuff. And yeah, that's just it. Because I don't really like. I've taught myself how to do it recently, but I really don't like the kind of standard airbrushy mainstream look. You know, where everything's kind of I don't even know like how to describe it, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't like that type
Yeah,
of
like soft
right?
looking.
Yeah, everything's super soft and yeah, like I really don't like that. I like animation style coloring, and I think it suits my style, but in general, that's just what I do as well. Because like I said, I've learned how to do the mainstream thing, and it's okay, but I don't like the way it looks. It's a good tool to have for certain projects. Like there's a couple projects that I've been waiting on hearing about that might work for it, but generally don't do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, like I don't really have like influences in like comic as far as comic colorists go. Like when my coloring, my biggest influence on my coloring is like Batman the Animated Series and stuff like that. Like Studio Ghibli and like the way that they do shadows and stuff like that. So like that's what I'm always going for in my comics, to have that kind of feel.
Okay, I think. Oh, I forgot. I like added a panel down here, so I gotta like fill in like a panel thing.
The
Oh,
letdown
let's
in your
start inking.
voice.
It is.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's always like that when I'm with the pencils. I'm just like, oh, I forgot this whole part. Like,
Come back to it later. Start inking for a bit.
yeah, I don't even know what I'm gonna put right there, to be honest. Just start inking.
So what? Just
Yeah,
make it
Put a sticker on it.
my big thing that I'm going through now is I finally found a non-floated blue lead that I can use again. Like it's soft enough that you can see it and it actually erases. So I'm back to going non-photo blue straight to inks. So I'm trying to loosen up to not go as far with my pencils, and kind of trust the inking process. But
Tanner,
the big thing,
I'm gonna need whatever brand of non-repro glue that is, because these
Bro.
guys do not cut it at all.
what do you have right now? The Cola Race? Is that the Cola Race?
I'm assuming so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was using before, and I actually didn't mind it, but they discontinued it for one. I don't know if you knew that.
Dude, you can have all mine.
No, well, because now that I've used this other shit, I would like it's way too. It erases well, but it doesn't draw on very well. Is my issue with that stuff, and it also it digs into your paper. So this is the stuff, Max. It's Pilot Soft Blue Eno Color Lead, 7.7 millimeter, and unfortunately, you have to get the Pilot lead holder to go with it, because I bought a nice lead holder for it, but the lead itself is too soft. The hefty lead holder just destroys it.
Yeah.
But it's unfucking believable, dude. Here's some pencils that I did with it recently.
Oh shit. Yeah. That's what I want it to look like, dude. But
that's what I'm saying, dude. It's look at it's like real pencils, and the best part too is I actually feel like my figures are coming out better, because I can take the time to go in and do around on the figure, erase, and really, really sculpt out my figures and not have to worry about because where I had been with pencils was I stopped using glue at all. So I would have to get to a point with my pencils where I'm I'm going to have to move on, or I'm not going to be able to, ink over this. But it gives me the freedom to really take a lot more time with the pencils and sculpt out stuff. And right. I'm in love with it right now. I'm adoring it. I'm very excited to move forward and like I said, there's part of it that comes with I have to I can't. I normally do really, really tight pencils, so I can't do that last phase of refinement on them. But I'm just doing it in inks now, and I probably should be anyway.
Yeah.
But here's a page that I did.
It looks great, man. Yeah.
The spotlight over here.
It just makes the inks pop better too,
Yeah. Yeah, the color races just do not lay down happy on paper.
Yeah, they don't.
You have to see anything.
You can't see anything, and it makes the process frustrating because you're trying to, you're trying to make shapes and you can't fucking see them. And but this stuff pulls. I wonder if I can show you how well it pulls too. I don't know if it would show up on the camera well, but like really nice and dark.
Oh yeah.
But then it also, I mean, I just really shredded it, but it erases. It entirely erases too. Like
there you go, dude.
Yeah, it's. I'm absolutely in love with it because I was doing the blue thing for years, but I stopped doing it because they discontinued the color erase, but I also found it super frustrating. I felt like it would take me longer to do pencils because of having to deal with the shortcomings of the different blue pencils that I tried,
Yeah.
But this one I do not have. The only issue I have with it is it's weak. So like you have to be careful because I've kind of shredded through a couple sticks because like every time I go to make a line it'll like snap, so it's like I have to readjust my kind of weight with my yeah. But I'm getting used to it and it's been tremendous. So I bought like 10 packs of it. As soon as I did one page with it, I was like, I just bought like as much as I possibly could.
Yeah, and like that's been like my problem lately is like figuring out what kind of like pencil I like to use. Because for a while I was using like the traditional lead holders with like the fat lead and the drafting stuff,
Mm.
And I liked that, but it was getting annoying to like
to sharpen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I literally I did the same thing too during brass. I was into it, but I kept breaking the lead trying to use the sharpener. So you have to like do it at a very particular angle, or you have to have like a knife and do that. So it ends up. I love the way it pulls, but it ends up wasting a bunch of time.
Yeah, and so then I went. Right now I'm back to mechanical pencils, which I've never really liked because I felt like you can't get like that line weight and like shading with them is annoying as shit. And
because that's what I love about the 2mm lead is that you can get like almost a brush stroke with it,
right?
But yeah, that's the same reason that I don't like mechanicals. But I feel like I said, I feel like the real. I mean, for one thing, the blue lead is soft enough that you can do some pretty heavy pulls on it, but yeah, ultimately, like that's why I'm trying to just get to the point where it's like, okay, I just gotta like trust that like I know what I want out of the inks. That's why I'm doing the tight pencils. I just have to trust that I can do that in the inks when I get there, because it'll save me time and misery in the long run.
Sorry about the nerd talk. we got everybody real quiet. Started talking about.
I mean,
tools.
Everybody got real quiet and we got really excited.
I was listening because I'm just getting into some of that blue pencils, and none of them I've been happy with. I thought it was just me being like an idiot, so it's good to know.
They're very frustrating, and it's hard. It's a never-ending battle to find the right one.
I wonder what Jade uses, because Jade uses blue line.
He like lives by blue line, dude.
And
like,
his blue lines are gorgeous. So I wonder what he uses.
I know that at one point he was using the Kohler races. I feel like I talked to him about it, but yeah, I haven't asked him in a long time because his blue lines are impeccable.
I've been using mechanical, and I got these guys. If I can get it on there, Uni. So I use a mechanical 0.7, and it works pretty good, but they don't erase that well.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing about any non-photo blues, but like the erasing is like the most common.
But I don't really worry about it because I'll just remove it digitally. But
well, for me, it's hard. Like you can remove it digitally, yeah, but for me, it's hard to like, erasing is like a big part of my process. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like, because it's like it just kind of like I started to feel like any line that I put down with like some blue pencils is like just gonna be fucking on the page like forever. So you better make sure it's a good line. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, I feel like I'm dropping a lot of f bombs. I don't want to get demonetized or
good.
anything.
Nah, you're fine. I love it. We've had way worse.
And demonetized as if this was monetized.
Yeah,
I know you guys, I know
We're
you
not
guys
just,
are
like
making
hanging out with our comic friends for fun.
Yeah. That's why, like you guys were saying, like like sorry about that. Like that's the whole point of the show is to get that talk. Like that's no, you're on brand. You're on the right program to geek out like that. We're all learning. We're all listening. I was very captivated. I was like, oh fuck, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like I'm over the moon about it too because I've been like my favorite process to do is blues right to inks, and I just haven't done it for years. And like just to find one, it was Sean Prairie who does he's a friend of mine, local friend of mine, and but yeah, I'm just like I'm absolutely over the moon to have it again. And I wonder if if like a few months down I'm gonna find something about it that I hate and stop doing it again. But for now,
Probably.
for now I really like it.
It's so funny because I think that like I've noticed that I don't actually like. Sometimes I'll be like, man, I freaking hate this tool, and really it's just that I'm like bored of using it and want to do something else.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
100%.
for some reason that I'm like, I don't want to use this anymore. When in reality, it's just like I need.
Well, it's like it's a real like, especially when you're doing, when you're doing a lot of comics, like the amount of hours you spend at the table, like anything to keep it like I feel like changing up the process just is like a way to like keep it exciting, and like you can get bored really easy just in the not with the drawing itself, but with the process. And that's where I find that's what happens to me. And then like so it's always like because like I'm on the fourth issue of Brass right now, and like so it's like the home stretch, and like there's been times during the series where I've got not burnt out, but just like Jesus Christ, I got to do another page of this, and like it's kind of awakened this like really, it's just given me this really like exciting kind of boost for the home stretch. Like I've done like 8 pages in the past week and a half, so I'm trying to get it done this month. I think I'm going to be able to because I'm just like I have this new process. And I've also I went full time this year, so I've been drawing. I have the time, and I've been drawing all day, every day. So I feel like I'm making a lot of strides that I haven't made in a long time, and that's part of it. But yeah, it's just nice to mix up the process. It keeps you alive, keeps you moving.
Do you also get that from being like a musician too? Being like, well, I want to play with a new pedal. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I always love playing with new tools. I go back to my Pentel brush every time, no matter what. Or this Tombow I love, especially because I found out my favorite fine liner was like water based. So when I was using some watercolors, it was running on everything. So I kind of just don't want to use it now. But
yeah.
And so these are always just my reliable tools right now, and I'm like, man. But I love experimenting with stuff. Like it's just fun.
I always go back to the Sable brush, the brush and ink. There's a couple brush pens that I started using that are nice because like there's days where I'm too lazy to get the ink and stuff out. Like, oh man, you can see my trash drawer on accident in this. Don't look at that. But yeah, so there's just days where it's like, oh, I gotta get the water and brush out, and I gotta do the sharpening, because I'm too lazy to do it. So like, I found a couple brush pens that like get the job done, and they're fun. And it was that same thing where it kind of got me moving on some pages. But then ultimately, whenever I have a brush pen that I really like, I ultimately end up having a day where like it's like stuff like the Zebra pen, or I have a Pilot one. There's like they have a great brushes on them, and you can get good tapers and stuff. But what ends up happening is there's almost this like sharpness to the way that it pulls some of your tapers. It's like there's a little more squared off that like I ultimately don't like, and that's why I end up going back to the regular brush, because you can't really get that lush, like this hair kind of thing, for example. Like,
Or the
you,
dry brush is a big one too.
oh yeah, I actually I haven't. I'm not. I want to get into dry brush stuff. I haven't really functionally used it, but yeah, exactly. There's just like a few things that a real brush can do that you just can't do with anything else, and so I always go back. But yeah, dry brush is my next, like on my next book. I want to really start diving into gray tone texturing stuff with a brush. That's my next big experiment.
Nice. Oh,
And like
just
ultimately,
super fun.
I feel like any, I don't know, any pen brush, like it's trying to copy a brush and ink. So like ultimately, the best thing to do is the brush and ink. You know, like there's definitely things you can do, like vibes you can get with it that are valid. But from what I want out of inking, it's always just the brush.
Yeah, like even when I've tried to ink on my digital, like my iPad, it just doesn't feel right. Like,
Oh yeah, I cannot draw on an iPad. It feels there's like a disconnect, and I'm sure if I took time, I probably could. But there's like a disconnect there that I just can't get
yeah,
over.
yeah, totally. It's like when you try to play like keyboard on your computer, you know what I mean? You're
I
like, I
know,
just want
yeah,
to do this. Like, well, Adam Matthew Smith says, "Hi, y'all.
yo yo.
Go check out Adam's Kickstarter. Has about a week left. Hyperforce #2. It's killing it right now. We hit goal, and we're just trying to get some stuff to add some extra goodies and pay the artist. So there you go. Go pay an artist. Back the book. On there.
Yeah, that's why I use the iPad primarily for like colors, is because like painting with it is super fun.
Hmm.
But I don't have to literally worry about any of the hassles of real painting. Like real painting
Yeah,
is fun too, but
I I love digital coloring, and the only reason I started coloring was because I got a tablet, because like actual painting and coloring was like way too daunting for me. And yeah, like you said, it's like there's like the stress is all gone. Like the level of like experimentation you can do is really nice. I started experimenting with traditional coloring with like markers and some watercolor here and there. I'd like to get there eventually, but it's always like, yeah, it's always stressful to work hours on an ink piece and then worry about demolishing it with colors.
yeah.
I feel like if I was gonna do, I mean, I do that with stuff now because I'm just like practicing and just trying to be like, oh, okay, well, I have a piece I could mess up that I did a year ago. I'll like try coloring it. But like, if I was gonna do a piece, I feel like I'd want to scan it and like reprint
Yeah,
it.
well, I do scan. I mean, I do it with my pencils too. I like have this like gut reaction to like scan everything just in case I fuck it up. And the next step, you know. So
Yeah.
I have scans of all the pencils for my books.
You should do a craft book where
I
you do those stages, or just like do your pencils as a book or whatever.
Yeah, I'd like to. I was thinking about doing some kind of like, yeah, like maybe once brass is done, do like a sketchbook or almost like an artist edition type thing. That's like, yeah, shows, because I generally, I mean, I love inking, but I generally actually like my pencils the best. There's like a life in them that like I would think I'm a better penciler than I am inker. You know, like I ink out of necessity, and I'd like to show off some of the pencils because I generally like them a lot better. It's my favorite stage. I also like coloring. It's like I generally like
Yeah.
lose something in the. I mean, so, occasionally I gain something in the inks that I really like, but usually I personally feel like it's
Jeff, do you find the same thing that you like sometimes will like your pencils more than your inks, or are you just in love with inking? I'm wondering because you're known primarily as an inker. I mean, you're like your skills are top notch regardless, right? But I'm just curious from an inking perspective if you find that your pencils have the same life, or if you actually think that your pencils are a little stiffer because you have an inking background. Jeff.
Oh, am I on mute? Sorry.
Okay.
My kid came in like 10 minutes ago and wanted something that I put it on mute. Yeah. So I am new to penciling, probably like last couple of years. I've tried to take it on more. So I honestly am never happy until I get to the inking stage. And I don't ink digitally for the reason that like I do really like the manual inking part of it, and I honestly feel like my pencils aren't cohesive until I ink it. They're all over the place still, and I feel like I'm able to reinforce kind of some uniformity with it when I can get in my wheelhouse a bit with the inking part of it. So generally speaking, I don't feel like I do anything good in pencils until the inking part. So.
That's funny.
It's a fucking lie, though.
What about you, Max? What about you, Max? What's your favorite part of the process?
When it's done. No, I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe my favorite part is the last steps. So like I'll do my pencils and then I get tired of my pencils. I'm like, I just want to ink it now, right? So I'll oftentimes like my pencils are lacking something, and then I get to the inks and I'm like, oh shit, this part's like really messy, or like, oh, I wish I did this another way. So like probably my favorite is like a whiteout, whiteout and layers, because I'll go in with a white pen or some whiteout and like white some stuff out, and then I'm like, no, that doesn't work. So like let me go back in and add in some clarifying lines or values or whatever. So it's like making the piece work compositionally, right? It's like my favorite.
Yeah, I love the whiteout, going in with whiteout too. There's always like, I feel like when I finish inking, it's like 90% of the way there, and then like I'll do some stuff with a white liner and be like, okay, there it is. Like, it's done now. And yeah, I also feel the same about like I like my pencils a lot. I always feel like I lose something in the inks, and then once I finish coloring the page, I I love it. You know, like, oh, like it all makes sense now.
You ever consider just scanning your pencils and darkening them and just skipping the inking?
I have a little bit, but I worry that like, I don't know. I worry about like extra bullshit, you know, because like we do like a lot of intense backgrounds, you know, like a lot of process during. So like I would have to tighten my pencils up quite a bit.
Whoa.
You know, and I do like inking. I just like, I'm really hard on myself with it, you know.
Yeah, I think part of that comes from the style that you like go for, right? So like I did Family Man just pencils, right? And like at a certain point I just like stopped stressing myself out about like whether there was going to be background stuff in there or not. Part of that is because I had to, because I made a mistake with one, the pencils that I was using, and two, the blue line that I was using.
Oh man.
Because when I scanned it and did my gradient maps and stuff like that, I just couldn't get rid of some of the specs that occurred from the grid layout that I was using.
Yeah.
And so you can see the grid layout in every single page of Family Man, for sure.
Oh yeah. See, that's exactly what I'm like scared of, because I do a ton of super.
Right, and then like I like played around with it and liked it and made it fit in, and like it feels interesting, but like my stuff's a little bit like just messier in nature, like naturally, I guess, you know.
Yeah,
Versus-
I mean, if it fits the book too, you know, I mean, that's always important. Too.
right, yeah.
My like ultimate goal is like I would love to, now that I'm starting to experiment with painting and stuff like that, I would really eventually like to do a book that's fully painted, whether it be acrylic or watercolor over inks or whatever. But that's I'd like to have a book that, like, you know, the original art is the thing. I probably wouldn't want a hand letter ever because that was a fucking nightmare.
No, you should 100%.
You're right. I gotta stop being an issue. Because I love the way hand lettering looks, but like I really fluffed it up the first time I did it, and it just like. But yeah, I mean that's ultimately what I'd like to do. I would love the art to be it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I'm done with this. I don't know if I can do what else I can do with this.
Oh dang! Yeah, let's throw a spotlight on it. Let's check it out. Let's look at it for a minute. So I'm so focused on drawing this cat right now.
Dang, that's sick.
Oh man, that's great. Yeah, dude, your style's getting more refined with every drawing you do, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really pushing my I'm really trying to push my anatomy and stuff right now to get. I want to keep the same lush cartooning, but like I want to get a little more realism in. You know, like I want to lean a little more in the direction of like people like Dave Stevens and like John Gemma and stuff like that. You know, like those like really rich kind of anatomy and but like lush brushwork and stuff like that. Brian Boland, for that matter, too. Actually, on topic with Animal Man.
Oh god, yeah.
Brian Boland.
Dude, his
is
Swamp Thing covers are so good too. I don't know if you've seen any of his Swamp Thing cover art, but damn,
I don't think I have
some of the
seen
best.
any Brian Boland Swamp Thing. I've seen a ton of his covers. I didn't know that he did a.
He was doing variants for the Ram V series for a while.
Oh, I got that whole series. I didn't get any of his. I didn't even see his variant. That's awesome. That series is incredible.
Yeah, it's really good.
I was skeptical, and that series absolutely.
Same. I was very skeptical, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know. We'll see.
It was like
King Winter Special.
I'm sorry, what?
Do you ever read that Tom King Winter Special?
Oh, yeah, I like that. I thought that was good.
Yeah, that was cool.
I like Jason Fabok a lot. He's a student of David Finch, like literally, you know.
Yeah.
But like, I think he's really good. I'm surprised. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's still working, but I feel like Jason Fabok was like the guy for a couple of years, and I feel like he's not quite as present as he was.
He was doing that book,
what is it?
Exodus. He was doing that book Exodus with who's that company I talk trash about all the time? Ghost Machine. Ghost Machine.
Oh, okay. So he got out of the mainstream. That's good. Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he was like the guy for a while, but I feel like Jorge Jimenez like took that spotlight now. Jorge Jimenez is like the absolute superstar right now, and he's deserves it. He's incredible.
Yeah, he is. He has such a good attitude too. I love seeing his videos, man. He looks so.
Yeah, seems like a really sweet guy. I haven't had the chance to meet him because he's always got a bonkers line.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I've always wanted to meet him. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean his Batman stuff's great. I've never really read any Dan Mora stuff.
I just finished doing World's Finest, or I read the first 3 volumes of World's Finest. I finished out the Kingdom Come stuff that they did. Dude, I love Dan Mora. He also did Claws with Grant Morrison. That's where I first
gotta
read Dan
read
Mora.
Once in Future if you haven't.
I've heard good stuff.
Oh, it's such a good concept too.
Arthurian legends are dope. I kind of I only read one issue of that book and it was really good, but in school, I had to like make my own children's book, and so I did an Arthurian legend thing, but as a kid, and like he got all these like he got like the Coke can boxes for like his arms, and put like a bucket on his head and a towel cape and everything, and I like did a story like that where he was like getting
Nice.
the um the sword, and it was like his grandpa's cane and everything. It was ridiculous, but I should
Yeah,
turn
you
that
know,
into a comic again.
yeah, you should redo that.
Yeah, I'm looking at Dan Moore's work now. I've definitely read some stuff with him. He's very good. Very very similar to Jimenez, I feel like, in the vibe.
Yeah. Well, 135, cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna finish tonight. I'm like barely. I drew some cats. Did not want animals.
And I don't know what to do now that I think if I don't want to keep messing with this, I'll probably ruin it.
I've been there.
Just
Yeah, I've been
start
there.
start tradition coloring it.
Oh, I know. You know what? I actually did think about that, but I don't know if I have the right topics for this. I might actually. I definitely wouldn't be able to get it done in the next 25 minutes.
Eric, you're killing it. I'm gonna do a spotlight on Eric again. He's
Yeah, I was gonna say, Eric, that looks super rad.
phenomenal,
Well-
dude. Like,
Believe it or not, I'm trying really fucking hard. So,
I feel like that's better than mine, and that's like, like you're all like,
Nah.
oh, I'm just a writer.
no, all I'm literally
Get outta
just
here.
working off of this. So like, yours is like you have your own style put into it. I don't have like any of that, man. I love that that Coyote Gospel piece that you got. That's so fun.
Oh, thank you.
I love the moon in the background too. It's just perfect. Or the
Yeah,
setting sun.
it's got some drama in it for sure.
Anthony, hey, dude. He says he's look dope, and Adam Matthew Smith says everyone did a great job. Yes, check out Jeff's. Damn, Jeff, that's looking dope.
Yeah, that's rad. What do you got? What are you doing that tone with?
I don't really like them. I wouldn't recommend them. They're Tombos. They're good. They're alcohol markers, but they
I like
dry
Tombos.
out really quick. And this is real. These ones are real. These ABT Pros, they call them, are super expensive.
Oh.
So I'm actually just gonna try to use up the ones I have and then move over to like trying to do ink washing instead. I'm just
Oh yeah,
getting up on that.
I want to get into ink wash,
Same.
but
I have a
yeah.
pen. I'm too scared to use it.
I've done a couple pieces, but the one piece that I did, one full piece that I did it on sheets of paper, and it just like turned into a weird, shrunken up, shrivelly thing.
That's looking so clean though, Jeff. Damn, dude.
Yeah, that's really really amazing, man.
You say clean, and then I'm like, well, there's that fingerprint. I don't know where that came from. Some idiot did that.
Man. And Max, dude, that's fun. That's so much fun, Max.
Oh, I love
We're
that.
getting there. We're getting somewhere.
I was like, it's funny. I read it in the wrong order. I was like, that's interesting. And then I was like, oh wait.
I also love the
That's good,
punk version of Animal Man, and that's so
Yeah.
rad.
Same. It's so good. That's what we need.
I mean, they're all about animal rights, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean he's
No
he's
worries.
literally won't eat meat because he can feel the pain.
Him and Keanu.
Yeah, that's a really fun part of the character. I like that part. All the focus on his vegetarianism and stuff.
So I don't use him enough because he's an activist and they just want to censor him. They just want to shut his voice down.
Yeah, when was the last time he had his own series? Was it that New 52 run?
It was the
think so,
it
yeah.
was the Lemire run. Yeah,
This is where I'm at right now, working up my Animal Man. So I got the base of it done. I got
Oh, yeah.
Sebastian. That's T'Challa. That's Booby. There's gonna be Booby up here too. But yeah.
those are perfect Animal Man boots, by the way.
Thank you. I feel like, something I'm learning about art is that you got to take a step back. And then you'll realize, oh, this isn't as bad as when I'm like, just like my face is against it, looking at every single mark and line. And then you
Oh
look back and
yeah,
you're like, oh, this is actually not bad. Like looking at it on the screen, I'm like, oh, wow, this is kind of cool.
especially when you're drawing for comics too. Like it's going to be a smaller format, so what it looks like at that size is like, super important. I always step like 5 feet back from my table for a while and stuff it in.
Oh, really? Oh, nice. Okay. See, these are all things that'll help my self-esteem soon,
Soon?
Oh, it should be now, actually. Start implementing this.
I mean, usually, like, if I'm like, I just did a really big piece and finished it. And that piece took me a long time because I had to like do something and then just like walk away from it for a while. And I don't know if this is right. I don't know if this is right. And just walk away and come back and be like, I still don't know. But it was a pretty complicated piece. So
What size you have about like?
18 by 24.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think yeah. I remember. Was that you talking about was it the Family Man cover?
No. Well, that was the painting, yeah. But this is a different piece for like this local gallery show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never worked. I did an 18 by 24 poster for Guided by Voices like almost 10 years ago, and that was really intense. And then it was especially dumb because I ended up having to shrink it down to like 13 by 18 anyway. But yeah, it's super stressful work. I haven't done it. Even doing a double page spread is a lot.
I was doing this cover for Skullhead, and I was like, I'm gonna make it a front and back, and then like I was trying to like figure it out, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna do it this other way. I finished it though. I was really freaking hyped. I finished my first variant of this week.
Yeah,
Put
I
it
was at
out
the.
at all?
I think you sent that to me, right, Brendan?
Yeah, so too.
You can't share it at all, or is it like?
It's downstairs.
Oh, so far.
Ugh,
Okay.
I know. I need to scan it tomorrow though, because I said I was gonna scan it Monday. I hope everyone knows that whenever I say I'm gonna do something Monday, I mean Friday. Like I'm so bad at just a lot. That I guess that goes for you too, Tanner. I'm gonna take care of your
Oh yeah, it's
probably a
no
Friday.
worries.
Luckily, this is my last shift at my like second job on Saturday, so I'm pretty hyped to like get weekends back and
Oh hell yeah, for you.
quit an Aldi. I think I'm gonna print out Apollo Prime and put it in the office, and then I'll see you in a couple days when I need groceries. Later, guys.
I gotta get going.
I'm just like,
I gotta get going on the next one. Actually, it's coming up on that month mark.
oh yeah, nice, yeah, yeah. I gotta get going on writing some of that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
one's written, but
I'm gonna be drawing it at a glacial pace, so no rush. It's
that was a
also like
series too. Oh, what?
sorry, what was that?
No, go on.
I was gonna say, especially with like I'm using it as like an experimental thing. So like the screen print, like doing all the tiny screen print was insane, dude.
Yeah, I bet.
I wonder if I can show it off here. Where did I? It's in one of my 900 portfolios around here.
So Apollo Prime was originally called Anxiety Boy, and we were that was gonna be the series. I was like, you know what, maybe I should try drawing this first, you know, like maybe this will be my first attempt. And I forgot how, but I think I just pitched it to Tanner somehow. I think Tanner was saying he wanted to do a project like X, Y, and Z, and I was like, dude, I have the perfect idea for that. And then you were like, let's fucking do it. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not drawing it. I got Tanner.
I love the idea here. This is the
Oh, nice.
so look at
Dude.
look at how small some of this is. Like that's screen tone that I had to cut out.
Jesus,
Oh, wow.
dude.
And this is the first time I've ever worked with it, so it was just like an absolute.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, it's really heavy. And I love the way that it like. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's what it's made for, but I love the way that it looks once you scan it and like put it black and white. It's just got this such as old school. Here's that too. I got it out.
Oh hell yeah.
Screen tone as well.
Dude, we're making Eric and Javi made a t-shirt out of that.
Oh really? Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Nice. It's the third time I've done a T-shirt, I think. I'll have to get one of those. I don't have any of the other ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the Apollo City screen set up pretty soon for the t-shirts for the Family Man Kickstarter.
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Super hyped for those too. So Apollo just spat out. Well, we have 2 new shirts on our website right now. And hats and beanies. So we're like getting the merch stuff down finally. Like we're finally getting the stuff rolling.
Hell yeah!
Well, I want to eventually do some like exclusive shirts, stuff like that, to like bring up some hype. That'll all happen. Davey Havoc ran a little like clothing line called Zoo Boutique, and every month they had an exclusive shirt, and I was like, I want to do that.
I've always thought about doing shirts as a way to make some extra money, but I've never committed to it.
Just learn how to screen print, and it's real easy. I shouldn't say it's easy. It's very messy and tricky, but
It's doable.
But it's doable and it's cheaper, and you're doing it yourself. You know.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Every time I've looked into making shirts, it's been like hella expensive.
Yeah, and like I would rather sell a t-shirt for like $15-20 than like anything like any kind of t-shirt over $30. I'm like, hell no.
It's insane. Yeah, no, I just went to a Def Jam t-shirt, literally like $75. The long sleeve, it was like $70 for a long sleeve shirt, and it's like that's insane, absolutely insane. I've been meaning to hit you up, Max, too. I want to talk to you about stickers.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I kind of stopped. I kind of stopped making stickers for a while, but I do think like we can work something out. You just have to let me know.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I'll reach out to you.
Yeah, I still have everything. It just I haven't done it in a while. Because sometimes it can just be a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how DIY stuff is. It's like,
well, I mean that's another thing too. That like stickers are just like unbelievably like you look into getting stickers and it just makes no sense. It's like I can't charge people like $10 for one sticker. Like it's like insane to produce stickers in a way that's like sellable. You know?
Well, yeah, and most of the time you're just like giving stickers away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Or like for like super cheap or whatever. Yeah, and ideally, yeah, I want to make them for. I want to get a couple stickers made to start giving out with brass. You know, especially when I get the second issue stuff. Yeah,
I got a vendor that Brandon DePillis shared with me, and they're like 17 cents a sticker. And
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I do them slightly lesser than that. But yeah. I'm like a little boutique if you know kind of deal, you know. Because literally I'm doing all the hand assembly on everything. But I can make them for, depending on the complexity, 10 cents at most.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because you do die cut too, right? Or just
No, mine are just it's technically not die cut. It's fuck, I don't know what it's called. I mean, essentially it's just a programmed cutter. So I tell it
okay.
what to cut and then it cuts.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. I just want to do like the logo and like I think honestly that's probably for now.
Yeah.
All right, one of my 2 Bluetooth headphones died. I wonder how long this other one's gonna last.
And we're on our last 10 minutes actually. So why don't we do another little round table on everything?
I've been like adding tiny lines here and there for the past like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I look at it and every once in a while add a white line.
I'm happy with that, especially how thank you. Especially how nervous I was coming into this. Like I had to, like I said, like I fucked up the face and like 2 minutes before I had to come into the meeting, I was like, oh no.
Why don't you also, promote?
Oh yeah.
Promote.
Let me grab one. So yeah, I got just on Tuesday my new book came out. It's called Brass. Got it right here. It's my brother Travis wrote it. I drew it. We co-created it. It's about a mainland reporter goes to a small Alaskan island for an artist's unveiling to find the town is plagued with missing people and a monster living brass statue with a twisted version of the Midas touch. These are up on my website. I believe the link's in the description. $15 a piece. It's a double issue, 40 pages of story. The next installment will be out next summer. Put it out through Apollo City Comics.
You know it. It'll be up on our website by next week.
Yeah, it's up on mine now. So yeah, then I got a
No, I'm kidding.
What do you say?
I said that means 1 month in Brandon time.
Nah, never that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other. I got my old book, my last book, Lightkeeper, and a bunch of art and prints up on the website too. So go to tannertogle.com and check it out.
Love it. Tanner, it's always a blast having you on the show, dude, because I love and it's always good to have a guest I could talk to. You know what I mean? Like it's the best.
Yeah, no, I love coming on. It's fun. I'll do it literally anytime. I told you too. I was like, is it anytime Max or somebody can't show up? Yeah, I love it.
Oh, Max will actually be flying solo next week too. I won't be here. I'll be in New York getting ready for BICS Brooklyn Independent Comic-Con, I guess. I don't know. Convention. So whoever wants to hang out with Max next week, hit up Max.
Hell yeah. Message me.
K-pop Junkie. Hey, also I'm gonna be on K-pop Junkie's show finally. I want to say like May 5th or 7th. I don't remember. It's in our messages. It's on my calendar. I promise it's on my calendar. And so we'll be hanging out with K-pop. So hyped to finally talk to her and be on her show. We'll be promoting panels. But before we do talk about that more, let's bounce over to Jeff. The 11th. There you go. The 11th. We're going to be on the 11th. Good call. Thank you. Jeff DeMars. Dude. Oh, sorry. I read your name out full. That was awkward. Jeff, what do you want to promote? You look so good.
Right now, I don't have anything to promote. We're just working on new books so that we'll have a hopefully Mariner issue 2 next year. So that's being drawn right now, and I'll have to ink it. And then I'm working on my own book. Hopefully, I can have the first installment of that done next year too. But did just get Mariner issue 1 up for sale online on Brendan DePillis' site. So if you're interested in checking out book we had out last year, you can get that online now. So
this guy Brandon DePillis, I thought I had his website on it. This might be an old bookmark actually. but I was using it to. I don't have a ruler. I used it to make straight lines.
Oh yeah, you need those. Yeah.
Dude, that looks great though, man. So clean.
Yeah, it's a really great
So
piece,
clean.
man.
Super awesome.
Who wants it? I don't ever
Hey,
sell my
hey,
stuff. I
oh.
just give it away.
Yeah, get that listed on the website, dude. That's what you should do.
Yeah, I should probably start.
Yeah, there you go. Your first piece on the website. Love it. I'll also take it though, too. You know.
You have one of mine already. I felt bad. I sent that
I
to
do.
you, and I think Jeremy was like, "Oh, he already has it." Oh, it's like,
I have it's actually, it's in my living room now. It was my background in the studio for so long, but the Doctor Doom piece that you inked or penciled, inked, right?
no, inked. Yep, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jeremy penciled it. So he sent me
Yeah,
another one here recently, and he's like, "I want the inks, just to be clear." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh,
I was like, "Okay."
I
We'll
love
just
Jeremy,
give them
dude.
away.
He's top tier, swear to God. Jeff, I love it. I can't wait for more of your work. And then you'll have the horror anthology out this year too, so you'll at least have something out as well.
Oh yeah,
Be
that's
exciting.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. We're working away on it. Jade's just caught up with some other stuff before he knocks out the final pages. Oh, I messed up. But yeah, I'm just gonna black all this out now. Sorry. And horror anthology, yeah, we kickstarted it in February. It'll be up on our site probably in the summer or fall, probably in the fall, so it could get shipped for the for Halloween. Probably, to be honest, we're doing some crazy stuff with it, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll be announcing that more soon with Apollo. Yeah, you remember K-pop. And dude, Eric, you killed it, my dude.
Yeah, man. Rotate that. Rotate that baddie.
Dude.
Let's see
That
it.
is.
Hey,
I hate
thank
you.
you.
You're so
Yeah.
anxious, and
I am
it's so
beyond
good,
anxious
dude.
right now.
Yeah.
Compliments-
Catching, baby.
Dude, look at
compliments-
like what you did with the neck.
I've
How'd you
this
do
first
that?
time I've ever used like white pen, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just
Oh, sick. God.
I was just trying to copy
Alright.
off of the little bowling. So
That's how you learn.
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do sometimes. Yeah, you just got to. It's good practice. Hell yeah, dude! I'm so glad you came on. I'm so glad you chose this prompt. Especially because it's one of the last like characters we're gonna be drawing on the air and whatnot. So it's really exciting for it to be Animal Man. We only have I think what. Ooh,
There's the-
love it. Yeah, check out Outer Space.
hell yeah.
Give all your shout outs.
There's the homage that we were going for Outer Space issue 2, which is drawn by Jackie Venturini and written by Ben Collins and myself. That's up on ApolloCityComics.com.
And you'll also be able to find it for those in the DMV area. Is that where I'm at? I don't know. If you're near DC this summer, make sure to come by, and you can pick up Outer Space 1 and 2 and One Hitters, the new stoner anthology that Eric. Ooh, look at that cover! Look at that cover.
It's in a bag, so because it's all felt.
love it. Yeah, so sick. Yeah, that's the cover for our newest anthology, One Hitters. It'll be up on our shop soon. And you'll be able to catch Eric at the National Cannabis Festival, July, I think 17th and 18th, 18th and 19th, something like that, Friday and Saturday. You guys
Mid-July.
can get all those goodies. Mid-July, yeah. So here in Washington, D.C. I'm so hyped about that. It's the coolest thing we've ever done. Max, do you want to do any more shout-outs, Eric?
Follow Outer Space Comic for all your silly jokes. I don't know. That's all I got.
Love it. Love it. Max, what up here? Oh man, that's fun. That's so much fun.
Yeah, I wanted to do something a little punk, animal rights, and throw them in with Beast Boy, because both same vibes. But yeah, until every cage is empty, man. You know, if
Hell
you
yeah.
Go
That's
awesome.
yeah, Family Man's done, but you can still grab it through the late pledges function on Kickstarter. So you can still go get the standalone book before we go and send it out to everybody. Other than that, follow me on @artofmf on Instagram, and I think that's it.
Love it. And this is how far I made it tonight. Let me scoot this back a little bit. Got my little corner spot done. Be adding some text here. Got my little Sebastian down here. Pick up my little cats. That's cool. Oh, I got to color in the tail. Obviously, I didn't color in the tail. It's Sebastian. I like that one a lot. That's T'Challa because he's a dick. That's my animal, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go work on this downstairs. I didn't even get to do my animal. I'm super hyped about that. But yeah, of course, check out policycomics.com. Check out all the new updates. Where we have a lot of conventions and shows coming up, and not all of them are your typical conventions. We're doing hopefully Positive Force DC, this really great punk movement here in DC, where they used to have like Fugazi and whatnot play in front of the White House and protest and whatnot. So we'll be joining them hopefully in June. We have the National Cannabis Festival in July that we'll be tabling at, and we have Brooklyn Independent Comic Showcase. That's what it's called. Brooklyn Independent Comic Showcase next week in New York. So hyped to see so many great friends there. And of course, if you haven't hit the link in our episode description, go hit Notify Me on Launch for Panels, the comic book creators guidebook. We worked really hard on this. A lot of cool creators are involved, including me and your buddy Jade Louder, who's been on the show a few times. And so I'm so excited for this. We're launching May 1st, which we're doing in a Spilled Ink episode that night, so it's gonna be perfect. And check out all of the links and get your blue line paper and get ready to start drawing, because we're changing the show format. Starting in May, we're going to stop doing these pinups and we're going to start doing some sequential pages. Anthony, you're going to be at BCIS? I'm so hyped to see you, dude. I'm actually just staring at your spawn picture as I space out and try to remember all my tags right now. Yeah, so hyped to be there next week, and get ready for that Kickstarter, dude. We're going to be hitting it hard, and we'll be making comics every week here on Spilled Ink starting in May, so I could be more anxious and tired. Other than that, Tanner, Max, Eric, and Jeff, guys, thanks for hanging. This was a blast. It went by so fast.
Yeah, it was a great time. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for hanging. We'll see you all soon.